Hey besties, virtual homegirls, and cousins of the internet. You've just tapped into Debriefing with D, where we don't just talk about it, we debrief it, break it all the way down, and get to the real tea. Respectfully. Today's topic is a very emotionally charged and layered one. We're breaking down the pipeline from preference to victim and exploring how admiration turns into resentment in real time. On this channel, we debrief hot topics, current events, and cultural conversations, sharing insights, opinions, and a little bit of laughter along the way. Now, this video will touch on emotional abuse, manipulation, and topics around pregnancy, trauma, and relational harm. So if that's too real for you, then I'll see you on the next video. Now that we have that out the way, let's get into it. In our previous video, we discussed the troubling allegations Halle Bailey has made against her ex-partner DDG. She has been granted a temporary restraining order citing instances of physical, emotional, verbal, and financial abuse throughout their relationship. One particularly harrowing incident involved DDG allegedly slamming Halle's face into a steering wheel, resulting in a chipped tooth. This situation brings light to a disturbing pattern. Men who are initially drawn to strong, successful women but later attempt to diminish or control them. It's a dynamic where admiration morphs into resentment, leading to harmful behaviors. They love your light, but only when it shines on them. They crave proximity to your softness, your success, your sweetness, but they don't know how to honor it once they have it. And in Halle's case, he didn't just resent her. He made it his mission to make sure that the public resented her as well. And then on top of that, he reportedly harmed her physically, emotionally, and financially, even while she was carrying his child. But unfortunately, we're still just at the surface right now. It goes even deeper than that. Some men will recognize the power in your womb and weaponize that. And let's really talk about womb weaponization. Some men know exactly how powerful you are. They know your light, your body, your mind, your spirit. All of it is sacred. And they know that once they've planted a seed inside of you, they've gained a kind of permanent access, not even just to your body, but to your heart, your time, your loyalty, your future. This isn't about parenting, y'all. This is about control. A prime example of this is Cardi B's experience. In a recent exchange, Offset reportedly told Cardi B, "You my baby mama. I won." This statement is a stark and disturbing example of how some men perceive fathering a child with a woman as a form of possession or victory rather than a mutual responsibility. It's a reflection of a mindset where the act of creating a child is less about building a family and more about establishing a lasting claim over someone. Cardi B, a successful and independent woman, has faced public scrutiny and personal challenges in her relationship with Offset. Despite all of her many great achievements, she has had to navigate a complex dynamic where her partner's actions and words have at times undermined her autonomy and dignity. This situation shines a light on the broader issue, and that is the way some men use fatherhood as a means to exert control rather than embracing it as a shared journey of nurturing and support. And then there's the Keke Palmer situation. Another woman, another powerful, rich, beautiful, incredibly loved Black woman who shared her body, her home, her platform, her womb with a man who couldn't even clap for her in a dress. He didn't support her. He humiliated her. And when she finally said she had enough, what did he do? He weaponized fatherhood to try to control her access to her own son. And now, sadly, Keke too has been added to the list of another example of a woman whose body was revered but whose emotional well-being was never protected. And then there's Coi Leray, a rising star who has navigated complex relationships, both familial and romantic. Her tumultuous relationship with her father, Benzino, has been marked by public disputes and emotional turmoil. In interviews, Coi has expressed feelings of envy and lack of support from her father, highlighting the emotional scars that can result from the strained strained parental relationships. In her romantic life, Coi rekindled a relationship with rapper Trippie Redd in August 2024, and by January 2025, she announced her pregnancy. However, just weeks later, she posted about being cheated on, suggesting a breakup. Despite the challenges, Coi has embraced motherhood as a single woman, sharing her journey online. Her story shines a light on how admiration can quietly turn into ownership, and how being desired can mask a deeper intent to dominate, because being wanted isn't the same thing as being valued, and just because someone chooses you doesn't mean they honor you. Her story reminds us that love without respect is a prison, and that protecting your peace will always matter more than preserving a title. Now let's talk about Beyonce, because yes, even Beyonce, the literal blueprint, ended up in this same pipeline from preference to victim. Jay-Z met her when she was young, in her prime, with the whole world ahead of her. She was at the height of her beauty, her power, her talent, and what did he do with that? He locked her down, then broke her heart. And it's not just about cheating, it's about the fact that he pursued her, claimed her, and then disrespected everything he claimed to love. And let's be real for a minute. When a man chooses to be with you at your highest point, when you're thriving, when you're radiant and protected by your ancestors, only to betray you behind closed doors, that's a weapon. Speaking as somebody who's been through it, it's psychological manipulation, and it's especially harmful when it comes from someone who studied you, waited for you, promised to protect you, and then becomes the very person who causes you the deepest pain. We all know Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce multiple times. He admitted it, and while the album Lemonade was the art born from that pain, let's not romanticize it. That album wasn't just music, it was survival. It was a public unraveling of what it feels like to give your all to someone and still be disrespected. And I'm sure we've all heard the rumors by now about the outside baby allegations, the whispers, the damage behind the glitz. She stayed, yes, but even if a woman stays, that doesn't make her any less of a victim of mistreatment, especially when the man in question saw her light, loved her light, and still tried to dim it out of his own brokenness. That's the part we don't talk about enough. And here's the painful truth. We grow up watching our mothers, aunties, big sisters, women who gave everything they had to men who gave so little back. They stayed for the kids. They stayed for the love they hoped would return. They stayed because they weren't taught how to walk away. And now we're seeing that cycle repeat in real time. And it's not just the women in our personal lives, but the women we look up to as well. The most successful, high-earning, and most loved, visible Black women of our time are becoming baby mamas to men who don't know how to lead. Let that sink in. And this is where we connected back to Halle, because Halle was the preference. She was soft, spiritual, talented, quiet, angelic. She was his dream girl. But when your dream girl grows wings that you weren't prepared to carry, you start clipping them. You resent the very things that drew you in. You start to confuse ownership with love. And once that resentment sets in, the relationship turns toxic. But now she can't fully leave, even if she tried. She's now connected to him forever. A restraining order can't erase the fact that she's now bound to him. She birthed a piece of him. She could move to the opposite end of the earth, but he'll always be there in essence because they share a child. Because she gave him access to her womb. And that, my friends, is the pipeline. From preference to victim. It's not just about being chosen. It's about what happens after you've been chosen. When admiration becomes obsession, when attraction turns into control, when the person who once celebrated you starts to sabotage you, and the worst part, it's not always loud. Sometimes it's in the quiet microaggressions and dismissal of your feelings, the gaslighting, the love bombing after the abuse, the way they isolate you just enough to make you stay. My final takeaway from this whole pipeline is that you are not crazy for wanting love. You are not broken for believing in someone's potential. You are not weak for getting pregnant by someone who made you feel safe at the time. But what you are is worthy of a love that doesn't need to destroy you in order to keep you. You are worthy of a love that doesn't require you to lose yourself. A love that doesn't silence your light but amplifies it. And if a man ever uses your womb as a weapon, your child as a chain, or your love as leverage, you owe him nothing. You actually owe it to your future self to get out, to heal, to rebuild, to be the mother, the woman, the wife, the version of you that never settles again. I declare that we are breaking generational patterns. We are choosing ourselves. And most importantly, we are remembering that we weren't gifted this glow just so we can let a man try to dim it. But that's it for today's topic, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this video. In the meantime, thank you for debriefing with D, where we keep it real, we keep it kind, and we keep it going. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and drop your thoughts in the comments down below. I would love to hear from all of you, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Love y'all. Bye.
No.